Okay, Ghanaians, let's dive into the whole controversies about this Atewa and the whole issues around it. But before we connect the dots, we need to note these three or four important factors. One is that there are three mining sites that have been targeted, and two, Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation is a key factor. United States Forest Services has also been mentioned, and the Minerals Commission of Ghana has also been a player, and SRK is also another significant player in this whole issue. So let's get it going. Episode 1 of this controversies on the 1st of June, and viewers, I would like you to take notice of the dates because it's quite important in our discussion. On the 1st of June, we woke up to start the fresh month, and the headlines give us that the Christian Council, which is a very, very important and significant player in Ghana's socio-political and economic development. They are key advisors, key players, and they've been very, very significant and important. They gave advice to the government that the Atewa forest should not be mined, but rather be used for national park. So that means that they had some news somewhere that our Atewa forest was going to be used for mining of bauxite. And like we've indicated already, that the Atewa forest has long been designated as something that is supposed to be reserved. So if the Christian Council is adding their voice to it, it shows how significant it is and well taken notice of. So moving forward, yeah, like we already indicated, there are three places that has been designated for mining in Ghana, by the central government. Then those places are to show where they are located. They are the Inimim, which is located in this part of Ghana, and the Awaso, also here, and our lovely Chibi, where the Atewa forest is located, also designated for mining. So the Christian Council probably had a hint that the Chibi was gonna be used for mining, and it was gonna be mined. So they had to show their concern to the central government by advising them not to mine but use it for something else other than mining. So, like I've said and indicated how significant the Christian Council is to the Ghanaian socio-economic political development. So the president, while being away, was swift to respond just within 2 days to respond to what the Christian Council said, and he gave assurances that the bauxite mining in Atewa won't harm the environment, which we are so much in love with and we want to protect. So, what we could take notes from what the president says is that he is one confirming that there would be mining in the Atewa forest, and two, he is also introducing us to a new technology which, when used to mine, there won't be harm to the environment. So, here's the thing. It's either one, the president is being advised by somebody somewhere around him that there is some kind of technology that can be used. I don't know what agenda the person, the advisor, might be pushing for, but that because the president has a lot of advisors who advise him, I don't think the president made this thing up. And the second option is that the president had have some hopes that something was gonna come out and their defense for their plans for mining and the Atewa forest. Maybe they had employed someone to do some survey or something and give them a response. Yeah. So let's take note of the date. 2 days later, after Christian Council advised the government responded swiftly while he was not even in the country. So, like I said, I need to indicate to everybody here how massive and juicy these mining sites are, and that's why the government needs to do it, because the government needs money. The name would give Ghana 750 million metric tons of bauxite if it's going to be mined. So this estimation is between, if it is mined, from 10 years to 50 years. This is what it's going to give Ghana. So name is going to give Ghana government money worth of 750 million metric tons of manganese, bauxite, sorry, and our Chebi, which is which is where the Atewa forest is located, is going to produce about 150 million metric tons of bauxite. But the thing is that it's not as big as the name, but it is bigger than Awaso, which is here and is currently being mined by a Chinese company. We don't know, I don't know which government issued that concession to be mined, but what I do know is that 20 million metric tons of bauxite would be generated from this Awaso mining from 10 to 50 years of mining of this Awaso site, and it's already been mined. So probably as we speak now, about 2 million metric tons is gone, or less maybe. I mean, the government needs money and to pursue his agenda, his promises to the people of Ghana. So he has to exploit all sources that can generate money. So it's up to the government's prerogative. But what we are saying is, yeah, you can mine here, but please, please, please do not tamper with our reserve. Please, we're begging you, Mr. President and the government of Ghana. So, my dear Ghanaians, if you have no idea of what a metric ton is, my dear Ghanaians and viewers, so my dear viewers, if you have no idea of what a metric ton is, this is what it looks like. If you take 1 liter of pure water bottle or Coca-Cola bottle times 1,000 of it, it makes just one metric ton. And geez, man, we're talking about millions of metric tons. So this is the reason why the government is so much attracted to exploiting this resource, because it is massive. It is massive, for real. It is. If they get to be successful, it's gonna generate a lot for the government. This is me, and I've been to quite a number of places in the world. I haven't traveled a lot, but I've been to a number of places also in this world, and I am no fan of fancy cars and flashy cars and buildings. So I am much more in love with nature and natural reserves. So wherever I go, I love to hang around or spend my time in natural scenery, and the beauty of it. I like to appreciate nature. So what I've realized is that like most countries are protecting these natural reserves, and I love that idea, especially in China. Let me state this emphatically. Emphatically, I need to state this. In China, the natural reserves, the natural sceneries, are well guarded and protected more than even religion. Just like the way Ghanaians would protect their religion, their Bibles and their Qurans and shrines, or whatever religion is in Ghana, the Chinese world government will protect more of the natural sceneries and natural vegetation more than that. It's just to show you how precious or how significant the Chinese government and many other advanced countries have seem to prioritize the natural vegetation of the country. So it is very significant and it's so important to be protected. So that's it to indicate to you how personally I am interested in protecting the national or country's natural vegetation and natural scenery. And the reasons are the basic reasons are: one, it is everywhere. Everywhere you go in this world, you definitely gonna see a natural scenery. However, whichever way it is still a natural scenery. And two, it is accessible. It is very much accessible. You can access it everywhere you go. And two, everybody can access it. When I say everybody and everything can access it and enjoy it, is that poor people, rich people, animals, all living things, plants can also have access to this natural sceneries and natural vegetation. It's beautiful for everybody. So that is the main reasons why I love it. And the point here is that the catchy thing here is that if there was any technology, as our president has been advised that there is a technology that can exploit the resources without destructing the environment, I believe these countries would have used it. Because come on, China's natural vegetation lands are massive. They are more than 10 times bigger than Ghana's. So I don't know why our president or someone is able to advise our president that there is a technology. We all know this. If there is anything called technology, it should be first introduced between these countries we're talking about, the two main leaders in technology. We're talking about the global leaders. China and the United States of America. And the important thing or the funny thing is that they are all involved in this Atewa mining, because the mining companies are Chinese and those doing the survey are United States of America institution that is helping Ghana with the survey. So the bottom line is, I doubt if there is any technology that can mine without destructing the environment. Period. So, Mr. President, you are misinformed, and we would love it if you can review what you are being told again. Okay, this is another fact. The U.S. Forest Services popped up in the picture, and this is where they came in. The Ghana government have done very good job by ensuring due diligence by employing the services of the U.S. Forest Services. We need to give the Ghana thumbs up for this. They've done a great job. This U.S. Forest Services is very reputable and efficient. Very efficient. So, like I said, if there is any technology that could do mining without destroying the environment, they would have been able to recommend that to the government. And the reason why I say we should give the Ghana government a thumbs up for ensuring due diligence in this whole thing is that, I mean, knowing that the contract for the mining was going to a Chinese and bringing in a U.S. forestry service to do the survey and advise the government was really a good thing. So this U.S. Forest Services has got a good reputation. They manage about the 193 million acres of forest land in the United States. That is way bigger than what is in Ghana. So the Ghana's survey or assessing the mining in Ghana was more like a peanut of a job for them. So they use 5 days, just 5 days to do their survey. So yes, the Ghana government for due diligence employed the services of the U.S. Forest Services to come in and do an assessment. So far so good. So far so good. On the 11th, after a week or so or more, there came out the results on the 11th of June 2019, and the report was like, "Oh, Mr. Government, yeah, I've done my job, and please, if you want to mine the Atewa forest, please do consider other options available that might probably generate you money for what or whatever you're looking for than going into mining the forest." They also advise the government to engage stakeholders and make sure that there is transparency in the whole discourse and transactions in this mining. So that was where they left it off and advised the government to kind of look into the matter again and not just mine the Atewa forest, but do consider other options. So good job, kudos. We clap for you, U.S. Forest Services. Thank you for doing this candid assessment within the short, just 5 days for us. We really thank you for that. So we mentioned earlier. So we mentioned earlier about the Minerals Commission of Ghana, and if you have been hearing mining, and all the minerals in Ghana, this Minerals Commission of Ghana, they are solely responsible for all our mineral resources. I mean, they have the constitutional mandate to handle that. And if you want to know more about the Minerals Commission, I think the information is there. So like I said, their primary responsibility is to foster the efficiency and the effective regulation and management of the utilization of Ghana's mineral resources. So that's their job. Minerals Commission Ghana is responsible for minerals. So here is where they came in. The Minerals Commission employed the services of a mining consultancy called SRK Consultancy. So if you see any of this symbol on a car around Ghana, you should know that they are coming to do the consultation work that was given to them by the Minerals Commission. So this is where our fear is, right? Because the government has already indicated to us that there is some mining plans, and the Minerals Commission has also given a contract to SRK to come out with a plan of mining, a mining plan. So that means that they are ready for action, right? All things indicate. It is expected that SRK will be presenting the report or the plan for execution in June to the Minerals Commission. So some of the people who are saying, yeah, let's mine the resources, they are meant for use, the government need money, we need money. My problem or our problem is that if you want money, you need to stop wasting money, because there was not any consultation. It hasn't been confirmed that the place was going to be mined. I mean, the stakeholders' consultations has not gone on, and it wasn't confirmed. Yet the Minerals Commission went ahead to pay money to SRK, the taxpayers' money. I mean, to SRK to come out with a plan because the consultancy is not free. So in the event that we, those saying do not mine Atewa, we win at the end of the day, or by the end of the day, we win. That means that that money is wasted. I mean, the plan, the money used to pay for the consultancy is just a waste because they come out with the plan and the plan is not going to be executed because the people say no, we do not want the place to be mined. Although there are some small scale illegal mining going on already in the Atewa forest. Some people have said they've cited something like ways or road constructions in the forest to kind of get trucks into the forest to start mining. But the government agencies have come out to tell us that no, there's not any mining going on in the Atewa forest, so we should stay calm. And I'm good to hear that. I'm happy to hear that there's no mining going on there. So government, please hold on. Let us finish this discussion. Let us present our opinion to the Ghanaians. We all are involved. We need to come out with a conclusion because we believe that I mean the government wants the good of the people, and we also want the good for ourselves. Viewers, this is where the Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation comes into the picture. This corporation was actually established by the current government because it shows how desperate our government is for developing the aluminium sector. So this is a newly established government agency, and the head of it, or the CEO, is Mr. Michael Ansah, and I mean he is the head. And what I know is that these are the people that have to lobby and get people to come in and or partners or investors to come in and mine our resources for aluminium. We actually got nobody. They've got a good plan. It's a good agency, and we hope that they achieve their aim, which is a good one, but not destroying our Atewa forest, because we love our Atewa forest and we will do everything to protect it. I mean, there are other places they could exploit, but not our Atewa. So if Mr. Michael Ansah, our Atewa forest is destroyed, I would tell my kids to tell their kids that you brought in the miners and they destroyed our Atewa forest. So if please, Mr. Ansah and your team, please exclude the Atewa forest. It is so much dear to us, not only us but the world at large. Yeah, on the episode 3 of the whole controversy is that the topic of the Atewa is generating a whole lot of discussion both locally and internationally. So a lot of civil society organizations, both locally and internationally, are all showing concerns and crying out loud that the government should step down on their plans to mine the forest and use it for something else other than mining, which was gonna apparently destroy the forest. So it is actually not enough to just call on the government to step down on their plans to mine, because the government is making a legitimate case that we need money. We also do understand that the government has made promises to the people of Ghana and owes them a responsibility to develop on that promises they made. So what we are saying is that government, please, we know that you need to create jobs, you need to provide social amenities, and you also need to save your coffers. So what we are saying is that please use the Atewa forest, develop it into something that has to do with tourism. I mean, we can hear the challenge. We understand that there are challenges. So what we are saying is that get the partners involved, both local and international investors into the tourism of the Atewa forest. This whole controversy has drawn a lot of attention, and it's a good starting point that if you get the smart people involved, people who can go out there and use this attraction that has been made, this free attention that has been that the Atewa attained within these few days, if they can follow it up with some kind of better negotiation deals on the table, I believe they would get investors, the right investors, to come into the picture to develop the whole place into something that is much more useful, eco-friendly, generate jobs, and develop infrastructure in the local communities and its surroundings. So what we are saying is that I personally do understand that it's gonna be difficult for someone to get that huge investment from a single person or a single body, a single company or investor. So I have this view that if the government can actually partition, divide the forest into zones, bits, so that if the investor is strong enough, can take about three or four. It's okay. If someone who doesn't have the capacity to take that huge, can also take part of it, develop their own side of it. So the government make the whole forest into partitions. The government would provide electricity into the forest and potable water because it's tourism and it involves human beings coming in. And people would come out with innovative ideas on developing projects, tourism projects that are eco-friendly and environment conserving to keep the place intact and preserve it. Um, if the right expertise like the US Forest Services are involved, I mean, they can provide the right advices on projects that can actually help in development of the place. The creative art industry is needed in the promotion of the place to be used as a tourist attraction, and use this opportunity to thank every member, everyone who has added every single piece of voice to this fight or this movement or this struggle against the conservation of the Atewa forest. It is for all of us. It is for our children. It is for our future benefit. So every single Ghanaian or every person in this world, wherever you are, who have added your voice to this campaign against the mining of the Atewa, thank you very much. We are hoping that the government would listen to us. On this point, let me say thank you very much to the Ghana Music it is I would like to say a very big thank you to the Musica and the team coming out from Musica. I mean, providing us a beautiful song that will support the campaign for the preserving of the Atewa forest. And also, Arocha has been very, very dominant in the fight against the destruction of the forest. Arocha has been singing out loud for a very long time, even before this whole bauxite mining. They have been trying to educate the society, spend a lot of resources in training the people around it, living in those society, not to engage in galamsey acts that would destroy the forest, but engage in other economic activities that would promote, that would be a source of livelihood for the people. So Arocha thumbs up. You're doing a great job, and we hope you can continue to do that. And thank you very much, everybody who has supported this campaign to stop Atewa from being mined. The government of Ghana, we know and believe that we are in a democracy and you are very good at listening. And we thank you very much and believe you would listen to our plea not to mine the forest but use it for something else other than mining. Please, viewers, if you haven't made up your mind or shown consent to this Atewa deal, it's a big issue and we need your support. Please go out there, support the preservation and the conservation of the Atewa forest and any other forest anywhere or any other natural reserve anywhere. Please support the campaign that is going to preserve it. It is for us, it is for our children, and it is for our future. And we believe that everybody who is living today owes an explanation to their offspring or their um, children coming after them. So we have a duty to protect and conserve the environment for the future. Even in the event that we are facing challenges of global warming, new diseases are popping up. For example, we had Ebola, and as the world keep evolving, we still gonna have some diseases that would come up. And who knows? Those diseases cures could be coming from those unique species of animals in those forests. And in this case, if something like that happens and we have extincted them, I mean, those species or plants we're looking at, we've made them gone extinct. Where do you expect the cure to come from? So please, if you think about yourself now, think about the future and the long-term benefits of this whole thing we're trying to conserve. So thank you very much and join the campaign. Please join the campaign. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do now like or share or pass your comment to this discussion. Just add your voice, we will follow up and give you all the updates that are coming up on these issues. Please subscribe, like or share, send it to your family and friends, get them out there to join the campaign to fight against the destruction of natural environment and natural sceneries, and more specifically on Atewa, which is currently the issue now. Thank you. It's NTGC notes for you, and we will do our best to always bring you all that you need to know. Thank you. NTGC. Thank you. Bye.